Does the unknown make you uneasy? Natural disasters happen all the time, everywhere you go. Where have you lived in your lifetime? What were the natural disaster risks of that area? Examples of natural disasters are earthquakes, tornadoes, landslides, hurricanes, floods, wildfires, drought, avalanches, and last but not least, volcanic activity. Usually people hear about these different types of natural disasters and think that's scary. They want to run the other way. But there's one volcano so beautiful that people travel from all around the world just to come see it. My name is Haley, and we're going to talk about Crater Lake. Crater Lake is a monumental national wonder, and if you're local, you should definitely check it out if you haven't already. If you are local, I'm sure you've heard of Crater Lake. If you're local, I'm sure that you've also heard that Crater Lake is a volcano. What are your thoughts of this? What are your thoughts on being so close to a volcano, an active volcano at that? Do you have predictions? Do you wonder? First, let's talk the history. How did Crater Lake become Crater Lake? Well, Crater Lake started as Mount Mazama. Mount Mazama collapsed into itself and created Crater Lake. Crater Lake holds a sacred significance to the Klamath tribes of Native Americans. They describe that their ancestors actually witnessed the collapse of Mount Mazama as well as the formation of Crater Lake. They describe that there was a battle between Sky God Skell and the underworld dog Leo. During the battle, Mount Mazama was destroyed, and this is how Crater Lake became. They actually refer to this lake as an abode to the Great Spirit. Let's talk formation. Mount Mazama grew for almost a 500,000 years until 7,700 years ago when it erupted violently and collapsed into itself. Over time, weather has made its own impact on the mountain, on the lake, and more eruptions have also happened, which has also made changes. Let's dig in and talk some facts. Let's talk about Wizard Island. I will show you Wizard Island real quick. So right in the middle, that's Wizard Island. That is like the big attraction of Crater Lake. It's beautiful. I tried to include a summertime photo as well as a wintertime photo because they are both equally beautiful. I would love to visit in winter or summer. I have not been during the winter time, but it's definitely a goal of mine. I just don't like driving that far in the winter, but we'll get there. I will see it one day during the winter time. Okay, so now that I've shown you what Wizard Island is. So Wizard Island's base was actually formed from eruption of new vents. The final eruption was on the east flank of Wizard Island about 4,800 years ago. Why is the public fascinated with Crater Lake? Well, for a few different reasons. The lake's color, the lake's depth, and the lake's clarity. This lake is actually the deepest in the United States. The average pH ranges between 7 and 8, which is amazing. That is extremely clean water. We must not forget, Crater Lake is an active volcano. We're so close. That's uneasy. What are your thoughts on this? Do you have predictions? Have you done research? Do you wonder what the future may hold or what it'll look like if it does erupt? The future is obviously unknown, but of course predictions have been made. From what I've seen while doing my research, most people predict that when it does erupt, it will happen inside the caldera, which doesn't mean that we're completely risk-free, but it does mean that it's a lot less likely to cause quite as much damage as a volcano that would erupt above the water surface. Surrounding towns and areas, are we at risk, even here in Klamath Falls? They do say that we may be at risk of potential ashfall, but even that is highly unlikely due to the lava factor itself. That being said, it is unlikely to cause any type of damage to surrounding towns and areas. Do I need to state the obvious? If you're there visiting when it erupts, we probably have a problem. That's probably not good. But I do believe that scientists are constantly watching and monitoring changes and looking for any signs of possible eruptions. And if there were any signs that it might erupt soon, I'm sure that it'll be closed to where people aren't allowed to visit. Before wrapping up, I just have to say it again. Crater Lake is absolutely beautiful, and it's something that you should see once in your lifetime if you're able to. If you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. I am a nature girl, through and through. I believe that nature has a story, and we should do our best to learn about it. Thank you.